Hello and welcome everybody. This is our first ever podcast on CPD-TV. We are launching a series of podcasts so that we can inform you of all the things that we're up to, provide you with information that might help your business and get you through the accreditation journey. Today I'm joined by our Accreditation and Compliance Manager, Rebecca.
Hi.
So yes, today we're going to have a quick chat with you. You'll have to bear with us, we're brand new to this, all right? But we're going to have a quick chat today about CPD, about the CPD Group, and if there's any information that we can share with you that might help, then great. How are you doing, Rebecca?
I'm all right. I'm a little nervous, to be honest.
Are you?
Yes.
I know the feeling. How was your weekend anyway?
It was really good, thanks. We are currently sat at the top of the Premier League, so I thoroughly enjoyed my football weekend. Thanks very much.
We are sat at the top of the Premier League as well, the one that counts in Scotland.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the proper teams are playing as well.
Proper teams, do you reckon?
Yeah, absolutely. Celtic all the way, it's got to be. It's got to be. So yeah, tell us a little bit about you and what you do here, Rebecca.
So I'm the Accreditation and Compliance Manager, and I look after the team that review all the activities that come in to the CPD Group, and obviously make sure that they are reviewed against the framework to set the standard for the CPD.
So I suppose on that note, it's probably a good time to pick up one of the questions that we still hear quite a lot, and that is, what is CPD? I mean, we still hear that question quite a lot, don't we? So explain it for us. What is CPD?
Yeah, and I think it's about everybody understanding what CPD is, which is continuing professional development, and it can come in many forms. It can be formal courses, or it could just be you learning and developing on your knowledge that you've already gained. It can come through online, face-to-face courses, short courses, long courses. You know, it comes in many forms, but it's all about building on the skills and knowledge that you've got, and obviously keeping up with your sector and the changes as well there.
Absolutely. I mean, you mentioned that it comes in a lot of different forms. I mean, we've created a variety of services, haven't we, to kind of cover all of the various types of CPD that we see coming to us. You know, we're happy to work with companies as well in the way that we did with, a major publisher and looking at our editorial service, so there's lots of different things. So what's the kind of things that we accredit then? What do we cover?
So we obviously cover courses, what people would presume is CPD, the short courses, often face-to-face, but one of the biggest things that we're seeing is the webinars. Obviously in the past few years we've evolved to being online more, which means CPD is accessible to so many more people regardless of where you are, how you work, what shifts you work. You can do CPD and find CPD that suits what you need, which is really, really good, which means everybody can access all the information and improve on their knowledge.
Absolutely. I mean, there is stacks of CPD out there at the moment. I mean, we're just over the 5,000 provider mark now, aren't we? I think we've flown past it in the last couple of weeks. So that just shows you how many training providers are out there delivering high quality CPD. So in terms of accreditation of CPD then, so why is that such an important thing?
I think, we've noticed that obviously, we have grown with our providers, but we've also grown into so many different sectors. CPD's become so important, but accredited CPD, it sets it apart because you can feel confident as a business that you are delivering CPD to a certain set of standards, and that your learners are going to be confident in the knowledge that the CPD that they pay for often, but that they're receiving is of a good standard that they can actually then go and use. It's really key because there's a lot of CPD on offer, and it's a really good CPD. But if you want to ensure that what you're receiving is of high quality, then having it accredited is the way forward. Yeah,
and we've definitely got that in place. We've got our accredited framework there. We'd like to keep this public. We keep it published on the website at all times. And so the framework's there, isn't it? Just to help kind of raise those standards and help people to understand what we're looking for when they're coming to us to have their courses accredited. Tell us a little bit more about that framework. What is it and what's the point of it?
The framework, obviously it is on our website, but it's a set of standards that we use obviously to review all the activities against. But it's also there as a support tool because some people have so much knowledge and want to share this with, other people in their sector. but where do you start creating an activity? You know, what do you need to include? So actually the frameworks that we have on, and we have a framework for activities, we've got frameworks for the trainer accreditation that we do. It's all there so that you can see what needs to be included, you know, because it's often quite new to a lot of people delivering courses. You know, they have the knowledge and the skills, but to create the course is a different thing. So actually the framework is there to guide you and to just make sure that you've accounted for everything. So then when you are delivering it to your learners, you've got everything covered, you know, and it's a good course for your learners.
Brilliant. I suppose that's the whole point of us doing this podcast, isn't it? You know, to really get people in front of the cameras with us, to sit down and have a chat with them, to help people kind of do that, what you've just taught, build a course. You know, where do you start? If you're new to the industry, how are you going to get that first step in the right direction? So we'll be putting together a whole series of videos and podcasts and just putting them out there for people just to help give that advice and guidance. You know, and if there are any subjects that people want us to cover, then please do let us know, because we're happy to look at them and to maybe put a little podcast together, get an expert sitting in that seat next to you, you know, so that we can actually have a chat with them about the various things that we can do to help. You know, so is there anything else you'd like to mention about CPD, about the podcast?
Podcast, yes, very much on the spot. Well, we will be learning. This is very much a learning curve for us, but we are looking forward to it. It should be a really good way to obviously reach out to everybody in the world of CPD, and help continue to raise the standards of CPD.
Yeah, and we're going to become the next Ant and Dec, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
Yes, we're going to take over the world.
Yes.
Super. Well, thank you very much for listening to the podcast anyway. We've really enjoyed today.
It has been really good.
It's the first of many, and hopefully we will get a bit more proficient at it as time goes on. But for the time being, thank you very much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next video. Bye-bye.